Explorer X here. Have you ever been to Long Island? There's an awesome pizza place where I once bought a spinach pie not far from the next story. The Johnson family had always dreamed of owning a big, beautiful house on Long Island. So, when the opportunity arose for them to rent the house at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, they jumped at the chance. The house was a spacious, Dutch colonial-style home with a distinctive red door. It had 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a large backyard that the kids could play in. The real estate agent had assured them that the house had been completely renovated, and they could move in right away. The first few weeks in the house were uneventful. The family settled in and began to make it their own. They painted the walls, hung family photos, and planted a vegetable garden in the backyard. But as the days passed, strange occurrences began happening around the house. The youngest son, Timmy, claimed to see a pair of red eyes staring at him from his bedroom window at night. The mother, Karen, heard strange noises coming from the attic at night, and the father, Michael, found that all the doors in the house would suddenly open and close on their own. One night, while lying in bed, Karen heard a voice whispering her name. She froze, too scared to move or even breathe. The voice grew louder and more insistent, until she couldn't take it anymore and ran to Michael's room. He didn't hear anything and thought she was just imagining things, but she knew deep down that something was wrong with this house. It wasn't until the family started to investigate the history of the house that they realized the gravity of the situation. They found out that in 1974, the previous occupants, the DeFeo family, were brutally murdered by their own son, Ronald DeFeo Jr. The house had been renovated, but the evil that had once taken root there was still present. The family was terrified, but they were determined to make it work. However, things only got worse. The family's dog, who had always been friendly and well-behaved, began to growl and snarl at unseen figures. The children started to have terrifying nightmares and would wake up screaming in the middle of the night. Objects in the house would move on their own, and the family would often find unexplained footprints in the dust. One night, Michael woke up to find a figure standing at the foot of his bed. He was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or speak. The figure remained there for what felt like an eternity before disappearing into thin air. After that, the family knew they couldn't stay in that house any longer. They immediately put the house up for sale and moved out as soon as they could. They were shaken and traumatized by the experience, but most of all, they were grateful to be out of that house. Go eat a spinach pie, they're delicious. Explorer X out.